Hold up. I said, look into my soul, find a swish of a roll it up. I used to heat my bath upon the stove cause I was poor as fuck. Niggas hated, thought I was weak, my flow ain't enough. But now I'm fucking niggas, bitches called them all on they bluff. I mean, we all die someday, it's really just a runway. You can't turn now, my nigga, cause it's a one way. And niggas all talk to the talk, turn gunplay. But I'm a man that got him, beat his ass on Sunday. They can't fuck with Swizz. And like the burners on the oven, can't touch the kid. I got your girlie flopping on me like she was a squid. And you can ask, but she ain't telling what the fuck we did. Yeah, I'm intangible, like I'm snacking on Danimals. Like a fucking animal, 40's enough to handle you. And any nigga trying to spark that beef better have a fucking torch if you spark with me. Peace.
Yeah. They think I'm crazy, but I just ain't never gave a fuck. I drank a bunch of liquor, get sick and spit up my pancreas.
What?
I take a couple painkillers, make the pain go away for just a minute. When I'm spitting, I'm high as angels on angel dust. I've been taking drugs to maintain my own brain because it's dangerous. It can't be trusted. I'ma need some dank and Dutch and cuff it up with drank a couple bumps of some cocaine. No fucking ain't enough. Need some more before I blow my brain like fuck it. I feel like I'm trapped up inside of my mind and my mind's out of touch with my brain and my spine with the set my bad but the break. So I'm tickety puts to kill the pain. I can feel anything. My brain's numb. I feel brain dead. When I wake up, everything aching. Shit. What's up? Word.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to season 4, episode 4 of the Rose Review. We have PesoTheLink here.
What's up, what's up?
How you doing, man?
Welcome
to the show. Welcome to the show.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, this is season 4. We were just talking about it. It hasn't felt like it's been this long, but every time I say season 4 and every time we go season after that,
you said it pretty accurately. You said on paper.
Yeah.
You said on paper.
On paper,
for a really long time.
Yeah, but it doesn't really feel like a long time. No, not at all. So yeah, let's get started. Let's talk a little bit about you. Just give us just a quick rundown. Where are you from? How did this all start for you? Just walk us through like just the beginnings of how you just developed as an artist.
Yeah, see, I grew up in Philly and I came down here around 7th grade.
Okay.
That's when I met my man's Evan.
Heard.
Scooby, yeah, I already know.
You guys saw him on the freestyle.
Yep,
right
facts.
And I moved out that area around 9th grade because I kept getting in trouble and shit. Like I was a hard-headed kid.
Yeah.
But my outlet, it began with music. I started playing instruments. I actually played the saxophone.
Really?
Yeah,
that's a hard instrument to learn.
Trumpet.
I
used to play the trumpet too.
That smooth jazz type.
Oh,
you know what I'm
facts,
saying?
Yeah.
You know, plus there was a lot of girls in there. So then, after 8th grade, I moved to this place called Ephrata.
Yeah.
And I went there up until about 11th grade. And
do you know our boy Slash God?
Slash God.
Do you know our boy?
Yeah, what's his real name?
Josh.
Josh.
Josh, don't kill me for butchering this. I don't know his last name off the top of my head. Josh Slash God. That's how I've always viewed him, as just like
I probably know him because I went there for a minute.
Honestly,
I was around that area.
Yeah, probably.
Check episode 3
of season 2.
Oh my god.
So you have to go through YouTube.
Yeah.
But like season 1 is not on YouTube.
Season 1's on SoundCloud.
So
yeah,
we didn't came up.
Yeah. All right. So
You,
did you graduate from Ephrata?
Nah, I eventually moved to Cocalico in my senior year. Didn't know nobody.
Oh, facts.
And I met this boy, Dan. He put me on to a lot of people, and this boy was recording in his garage. I was like, yeah, bro, let me slide through some time. And he was like, yo, you're talented, bro. Like, you could take this shit somewhere. So since then, we just been working.
Sure.
And I moved out here about 3 years ago. And me and him, we just been going to Thornwall Studios, man. You know, doing our thing, coming up with all this music, putting on shows at what's that joint called, bro? The Namaste, the Cypher in the Cellar. Cypher in the Cellar every Sunday at 7, man. Y'all gotta pop out too. Just a bunch of crazy artists.
Sunday at 7.
Every Sunday at 7.
We know a lot of the guys that are in and out of there. Believe it or not, we've actually had some of them on the show. Yeah. I've never really been to one of those events. Mike, I have a question though, because I saw your take on that. did they not let you swear in there?
You can swear in there. Just at the time, it was kids. So we did this joint called One Time in a parking lot. We came up with it. Was like, yo, we got to come up with something in 10 minutes that don't got no cursing in it, nothing.
Yeah, like they spit. I saw a video of them like spitting bars, and I was like, yo, I don't know why they're not allowed to swear here. I couldn't imagine like a rap show with you guys not like being like.
I didn't know that. That's the first I ever heard of that.
So Cypher in the Cellar, you guys are doing those like every Sunday then?
Every Sunday.
Okay, cool.
And recently, in this past couple months, we did a show at the Launch Music Festival.
Okay.
And we're trying to get something at what's that joint called, bro?
The Chameleon Club.
Yeah. So
Chameleon Club's like I would love to see the Chameleon Club become a hotspot for hip hop, but it's just I'm hopeful, but I know it's not gonna happen.
So it's a lot of rock there.
Yeah.
What?
Maybe
with
time.
With time. I think there's a lot of.
We've seen it change a little bit.
Absolutely.
In the past 3 years.
Yeah. Just needs to be in the right hands.
I agree.
Absolutely. Yeah. So where did the whole entire you said who was it, your friend from Cocalico? You said Dan? Is that right? So Dan goes, yo, you got all this talent. What are the inspirations there? Where did that like stem?
Are we talking like top 5 artists or just inspirations?
Like a Mount Rushmore?
Yeah, sure. Let's hit the top 5. Let's hit that. We try to hit it with every artist.
This is my favorite topic. I like Jay-Z. I like Big L. I like Nas, Big Pun, and I gotta give it to my man Kendrick. Like, they're major influences. But if I had to say who my style will relate to the most, and I followed throughout high school, it's at Rocky.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that whole. It's not. I consider it like the punk of hip hop. You know how there's rock, there's punk, metal, grunge. That's what he is to me.
Sure,
like,
definitely an alternative style.
Right.
And in a way, you can see that in our music. Like.
Right. Absolutely. No, for sure. Yeah, no, I totally get that. You guys definitely are going kind of outside of the box on some places, but you also bring it home, which I think is really interesting because there's people that can succeed at one thing with that and then completely butcher the other side, and then it's vice versa. But like you guys have done a really good job of being able to really balance it and really figure out
appreciate it.
What you want to do and what you want to make. I like the ASAP Rocky reference. I can see that for sure. I think when it comes down to just like, I want to touch on Jay-Z because I feel like it's relevant, just like as of recent, grabbing the bill. But like, what about Jay-Z do you really like cling to? Just
not only his wordplay, but his essence in hip hop, his aura. Like,
sure,
he influences so many of these young artists and encourages them to do things differently. You know, there's a stigma that sticks with hip hop.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about. And
absolutely,
he's just encouraging to stand outside of that. You know, get a business.
Yeah,
and help other people. You know, just get out there. Don't stick to the stereotypical get rich, bitches, blah money. You know what I'm talking?
Right.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's something that you have to think about right now as an artist, like in terms of just like as you grow, in terms of like trying, because I feel like Jay-Z and like some other artists that I feel are similar to him, like they keep this like low-key kind of profile where like you don't really know what's going on until something big happens, and then something big happens, you're like, oh shit, they did it again. That idea of kind of just keeping like a low-key profile in terms of just like, I guess like being out on the scene, like you said, like not throwing money all over the place, is that something you like you want to feel comfortable like in your own lifestyle and not have to like throw that shit out everywhere?
That's never really been my type of character. Yeah, I got a little more ice, but
right,
I don't really like the, you know what I mean, I'm just if I had that type of money, man, I'm not gonna say I would donate, you know, all crazy, but I would definitely, you mean, give my fair share back to my community and people who put me on, and keeping that empire going. Like, that's more give back to my people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
People put me on.
Seems like you've had a very interesting journey just within yourself, in terms of from moving from place to place, moving from different schools. Did that journey impact or influence any of the type of writing that you're doing or any type of music that you've been making?
I've been around so many different cultures and ethnicities, so I get a healthy blend of a little bit of everything.
Sure.
Different tastes in music, and something like my one man's, he was heavy into rock, so for a minute he taught me how to play the bass.
Oh, and,
word. We would just sing some rock songs in his garage on some type shit like that.
So
it's good to have those experiences, though.
Yeah,
just
definitely.
to vary your palette, you know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah. It makes you have more of appreciation.
Give me 1 second, I got a little lag. I'm not sure what's going on, but
a little appreciation for the 808. But yeah,
we're good. Okay, I fixed it.
Cool.
No, yeah, I totally get that. Do you find that a lot of artists that like make music in the genre that you guys make music in like have a like versatile look, or do you find that I feel like more artists are definitely leaning towards different styles to influence them outside of hip hop? Like I know that like there's some rock elements that are coming into it, jazz elements for sure. Like guys like Anderson .Paak, guys like Kendrick, like. You know, do you try to incorporate other styles like that in your music, you feel?
Well, going off that topic, I've seen a few artists such as P&B Rock like get into the pop, you know, what's his name, A Boogie, that pop type rap. But myself, I have to say, as I said before, I incorporate a lot of the punk, a little bit of trap, that New York sound like that. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. No, I totally get that. Growing up in Philadelphia, how does that kind of shape what you're doing right now in terms of just like
the vibes? Crazy out there, man. You got Uzi, for example. You got Meek Mill. Just a whole bunch of different influences.
Right.
That Philadelphia is just a mixing pot of artists and a lot to collaborate with.
Do you tell a lot of people that like, oh, I'm from Philly? Like, is that nah? I always wonder that people that come like up here and they're like, oh, you know,
Philly,
blog.
You
know what blog? Like, I totally get that. So in terms of just like what you've got going on for the future, we already talked about your just Mount Rushmore a little bit, but I asked this question last week, and I'm actually curious I'm going to start asking a lot of our other artists this, but is there anyone out here that you would actually want to like you could see yourself collaborating with in terms of artists?
Many artists,
yeah.
Man. Billboard G, Dolo, Choreo, man. I got a list.
Okay. All right. Are those anywhere like in the works or anything?
Not at the moment, but I know I do have a studio session scheduled with Dolo sometime this week, so y'all could expect something soon.
That's awesome. That's great. In terms of like your music and when you put out, it seems pretty stagnant from like what I see on just like your SoundCloud. Like stuff goes up here and there. Are you planning to release an album? Or are you planning to release a tape? Like what is it going to be about? Like hit us with everything.
Well, I don't want to speak too much on it, but I can say for now we have about 7-8 songs on the album, bunch of different collaborations, and really it's just to share, you know what I'm saying? Right. I want to give people a taste of what I'm thinking of with this little EP we're coming out with, and it's just cool and creative. I feel like a lot of people vibe to it.
Absolutely. So, and even you being from a lot of different areas, do you think that you're getting a lot of return in terms of just like listens in the area? You seem like you feel like you have a pretty good fan base.
On a daily, I get love on Snapchat. People share my shit on Instagram.
That's
Facebook.
Awesome.
Like we got a music video out. The first week we put it out, it did like 2-3K, which for me as an independent artist it's
pretty decent.
That's actually pretty great.
It's pretty decent.
Do you think that do you have any words of advice for especially people that are starting in terms of just like, because it seems like you've been at this for a while, for really any other artists out in the area that like would be like, you know, looking to this is like, all right, I want to start my hip hop career. I'm watching What's Up with Local Artists, tune into the Rose Review. I hope that's what you're doing. But you know, what would you say?
Don't give up. Don't let people's words discourage you from doing what you love. You know, if it's truly a passion, follow that, because it'll get you somewhere one day.
Sure.
And a lot of people hated on me, and they said I never do this, that, and the other. 2-3 years later, like, oh, bro, this song, wow, let me come to a show.
What type of people were trying to like get at you? Because like, I mean, like, I'm thinking about them like Ephrata, Kokago, but like,
fakes in general. You don't gotta be
absolutely
from
everybody just hating. People who exactly all in the same category. All of us. All of us, all one category.
Like, I've never been in an artist position with how to handle that. I've handled that on a perspective where, okay, I've got a platform, and if you're gonna, do something that's actually gonna come and really frustrate me, like, I have ways of handling that. But as an artist, I only have known of a few diss tracks that have come out of Lancaster City, but like, how do you feel? Like, how do you handle shit like that? Like, how do you handle people like coming at you on some dumb shit?
I learned that you just can't feed into that type of stuff, man. Like my one ex-girlfriend, she had a boyfriend who wrote a whole diss track about me because I was with her.
Yo, wait, really?
Bro, I would play that drum, but it's disgusting. You don't want to hear that
about
drum.
you.
Like he was like, yeah, something. You're my son. Like he wasn't even. He was auto-tuned on. I don't want to be a player no more. It was that type drums, bro. was embarrassing. That's why I was like, you know what? Can't even give that no flex.
Into it, like,
He said, "I'm a Google type beats." I made this on my iPhone.
As far as more situations like that, I only wrote one diss track, and it was like,
how'd that go?
It was, oh god.
Why are we beefing?
So pretty much, me and this bro, man, his one man's came after me and Ephrata because I came to his crib. His man's owed me some bread, wasn't trying to pay me. I ran his backpack, and he was like, yeah, such and such. So I moved to Cocalico the next week, and I was still mad because I didn't get my bread. I just got a little vape off his man's. I was like, yo, bro, I got this John.
I got this vape, bro.
So he was like, yeah. I was like, bro, they still owe me bread, though. What you trying to do? My man, he hit him up for a John. We go to the park, set it up, snatched off, ran off on him. We got into a little scuffle. I did my shit. Then we ran back to the car.
Right.
And, you know, as soon as, like, I want to say about a month later, we were just still heated. Like, everybody was still talking shit, but nothing was being done. Like, I was steady out there looking for him, and none of them want to come outside. They was flashing guns and everything. I'm not really the whole get into it like that kind of person.
Right.
I'm real laid back.
Especially like coming straight out of Ephrata.
That's whack.
I can't really see a situation where it's like,
go to cornfield to beef.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I would never just like pull that shit out. Like, oh, that'd be so weird. Ephrata's weird, dude.
I know how. Yeah.
Anyway, so continue.
But yeah. So his man is on Facebook. They had a group called the Trap Poets.
Oh, great.
Oh.
But you can find them on SoundCloud. That's interesting. But I dropped the joint, and
was it one of them corny groups that like, you know, like everybody in the area is just like they're like garbage, but they're just like, yo, we got Fen together, we the best.
Yeah, it was one of them type
717 crew or whatever that was.
The Trap Poets.
I have no idea.
But yeah, like I said, situations like that I don't really feed into no more because a lot of negativity just comes out of it, like not shit that don't really get the attention that I want. So
right. You try to spread more of like a positive energy is what you're looking at?
Yeah. I want people to turn up and have fun. Not, you know, you don't got to be for me. You want to work, we could work, but you don't got to hate. You know what I'm saying? Like,
make a lot more money not fighting.
That's facts. That's facts. But apparently you can make a lot of money. It doesn't make sense because if you do it the right way, you can make a hell of a lot of money fighting.
Oh, yeah, that's a fact.
I mean, what? Did you bet on the fight last night?
No, I didn't.
You did not?
No, I didn't.
No, okay. Well, there you go. I thought you would have.
I don't.
Given your interest, your trips to the casino.
I was there earlier.
I'm not worried about Nick. I'm just intrigued as to how he continues to stay in a building with no clocks, nothing.
You know what's crazy? I saved up money just for this.
Yeah?
Yeah. So it's cool.
That's great. What was I gonna say?
I don't know. What were you gonna say, James?
I remember
talk about this man's casino trip.
Yeah, trying
casino trips. We've gone to a casino before. Yo, funny ass story.
Did we talk about this on here?
No.
Please.
We didn't.
Run it. Go ahead.
So we went to the casino one night. My homie who was in the studio, Sky. Shouts to Sky.
Shouts to Sky.
We took him, and we were like, "Yo, we're going to the casino." He's like, "Hell yeah." Got no power in my house.
I had no power in my house.
There was a snafu with his roommates. Ridiculous shit. Anyway, we go to the casino, and we're all three playing the same game. Like, so we all have the same hands. And James is losing a lot. We're walking out of the place, and he's like, damn, I lost $40. And me and Sky, we just look at each other like nothing was said. And then we got back to my house, and James had left. And James spent like $100 that night. Damn. He had no idea.
It was bad. It was very, very, very bad.
It's a toxic place.
It's a very toxic place.
Look, man, I've been there one time. I just recently turned 21. My parents took me on my birthday.
Yeah.
Goes quick.
It's wild.
I was in there for like maybe hour and a half.
It's like a blink, cause like, and all you hear is like the noises. People just like screaming, like just pissed or like they're like happy. God. You got the old people running around with like the card, which you have now.
I have the player's card. You got me hooked.
Oh man! All right,
it's fun.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool. I had a good time.
Yeah, it's a good time. I don't ever take too much money there.
Right.
Only enough that I know I'll be fine losing.
Right. Yeah. The comfortable sleeping at night.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Let's talk a little bit about. I don't. have a lot of conversations often, and we used to talk about this a lot, but just future, like, where do you see yourself, like, in the next, like, 5 years? Like, is this like, a lot of people that, and this is a real conversation to have, you have to make a decision at some point in your life whether or not this is going to be like, boom, this is the music is the shit, or, you know, I'm going to go off and do, like, something else. And I've seen it with a lot of people. There's people that were out here that were rapping and doing stuff, and now they're not doing that anymore, this, that, and the third. But, like, I'm always interested.
Industry.
Right.
Yeah.
There's
a lot of jobs in the music industry.
Absolutely. But how you got to have the dedication to do it. So, like, where is your head at?
Right now, I'm just focused on building this. We have a little collective going.
Okay.
And we're just establishing that as a record label, trying to pump out a lot of content, post weekly, you know, just keep up.
Absolutely.
Maybe pop out to some events.
Talk about that collective for me. What does that look like?
It's called Colors Collective. It consists of, you know, me and my mans and a couple other people that aren't here at the moment. But Color stands for Crew Living Road Zooted.
Okay.
And, like I said, it's colors because we got black, white, Asian, Mexican,
right?
Like, excuse me, Spanish. Politically correct. And it's just a blend of different people, different backgrounds, so you get a whole lot of different stories and viewpoints. And
word,
you know, we're working on that right now.
That's really cool, actually. I'm interested to see what that turns out. Like, I think the cool thing that you said too is, like, trying to, like, make sure that you're keeping it consistent, making your fans, like, aware that, like, you're still doing shit, posting weekly. Not a lot of people do that. I know some rappers that are making music and they have no social media following, and I sit there and I look at them and I'm like, what are you doing?
They come
like,
to this dead point where they just stop.
Right.
You're just gonna,
it's just gonna tick, tick, tick. Like,
but
Facebook, but, like, you got to keep it moving.
But aside that, just working on marketing, continuing with these shows on the weekend and finding new events, stuff like that.
But you think, and then back to my original question, you think that this is something that you want to keep your head in for a while?
And definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's great. I think that's definitely a turning point decision, but you got to feel like you have the power to really come in guns blazing, like, actually. Because, like, there's going to be a lot of people, especially out here, like,
it's hungry.
There are a lot of hungry people out here, and it's getting to a point now where people are starting to, tides are changing, and people, like, this is the reality of how I see it, right? And you can correct me if I'm wrong.
I will. I'll step in.
Please. The tides are changing. I think a lot of people are taking over in good positions. I want to make that very clear. But I think a lot of people are, different people are taking over. Different people are getting different, like, status, like, I'd say, like, rungs on that ladder. They're moving up a little bit, I'd say, in terms of talent. And people, the whole entire area is changing. And like you said, people are hungry. But, I mean, there's going to come a point where it's like, you know, I think the really cool thing that we're going to try and do is I don't know, I'm not going to announce it, but we have a finale idea, right? Okay. But I want to get a lot of different artists, and I really want to see, like, people, like, not, like, go at it, but, like, I want to see all talent.
Yeah, I want to see some fucking...
Like, this isn't, it's not a talent show. I don't want to make, because I don't bring on people here that I don't think have talent. I don't bring people on here that I don't think are associated with talent. You know what I mean?
We wouldn't be associated.
It would be a stupid show if we did such.
Were just, like, doing it just to be funny.
Right. Well, I mean, we have shows like that. Tune in, Talking at the Wall, Thursdays at 8 p.m. But yeah, it, like you said, everybody's hungry. Who do you think? Or let me rephrase that. I'm trying to figure out the best way to phrase what I'm about to say, because I'm not trying to
put nobody.
I'm not trying to put anybody on blast. I'm not trying to, like. All right, I'm just gonna ask it verbatim. In terms of the area, in terms of, like, things like shows, how do you feel? Do you feel like you're in a situation where you can actively go out and get events, or do you think that there's a little bit of a lull? Or do you think, have you ever woken up, and I know Nick and I have had this conversation where it's like, damn, it'd be kind of nice to go somewhere else, because it would be a lot easier to do what we do somewhere else in an area where people would receive it better. And I feel like it's the same situation for hip hop out here. So how do you feel about that?
Right now, there's only one major place that I know that's really supporting hip hop, and that's Cypher in the Cellar, which is why we've been there from the beginning, and we've got quite the building there. But as far as branching out and really moving out of the Pennsylvania, not necessarily Pennsylvania, but just this area in general, getting out, branching out, I think that could be something in our near future, because you can't have longevity here in an area where it's not really you know.
Poppin'.
Yeah.
I agree.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
No, for sure. Well, any last words, any shout outs you want to give before we tail this off?
Yo, shout out my man Scoobish at Scoobish on Instagram. You can follow me at PesoTheLink. You mean, shout out to Colors Collective. Y'all my boys, y'all know how we do. And thank you, Dunk, for having me here,
absolutely, man. For sure.
Appreciate it, bro.
Of course,
thank you for
absolutely.
dude. It was a pleasure.
You know how it is. We got a new desk. I hope you guys are fucking with it. I know it's crazy to think about, but for us, it's a lot better because you actually have leg room, so you didn't have to deal with what everyone else dealt with. Sorry, everyone else. But guys, thank you for tuning in. Thank you once again for watching everything on the HCC network. Please continue to just keep tuning in. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are watching.
Yeah.
Seriously, we're trying to put out some of the best content, especially out here. So
definitely
make sure you guys tune into everything that we're doing. Thank you for tuning into the Rose Review Season 4. Nick Levin, as always, ladies and gentlemen, we are out of here. Thanks for tuning in, man.
Hey, pleasure, bro.
Peace, guys.